Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening everyone. We are group 7 and today we'll be talking about digital well-being and mental health. This topic is very important because technology has become a big part of our everyday lives. Our goal is to explore how technology affects our mental health and to share some practical tips on living a healthy digital lifestyle. Before we begin, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Nawasima Akila binti Asmawi.
Hello, I'm Nuwarda binti Hafiz.
And my name is Muhammad Amir Zakwan bin Muhammad Zairi.
And today we'll be presenting different parts of today's topic. So let's get started. Before that, I want everyone to think about this for a second. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Ami?
So for me, probably I would go through my phone.
Warda?
For me, I will check my watch first and then I'll go through my phone also.
Okay, so most of us probably check our phones, right? Notifications, messages, maybe social media. That's already a sign of how deeply connected we are to our digital world. So, Warda, be honest, what's the first app you open first thing in the morning?
So for me, the first app that I would open is WhatsApp because I'm afraid that I am left with any messages that I didn't open before I sleep.
See, you're not alone. Most of us do the same. That brings us to today's topic, which is digital well-being. So, what is digital well-being? Well, digital well-being means having a healthy and balanced relationship with technology. It's not about deleting social media or throwing your phones away. It's about using technology in a way that helps not harm your well-being. That brings us to today's topic, which is digital well-being. Digital well-being means having a healthy and balanced relationship with technology. It's not about deleting social media or throwing your phone away, but it's about using technology in a way that helps and not harm your well-being. Think of it as like a food. Technology isn't bad, but too much of it or using it the wrong way can make us unhealthy. So in short, it's not about using less technology, it's all about using it better. Okay. So now, why do we need to talk about digital well-being and why does it matter so much today? There are three main reasons. First of all, people are always connected. No matter who we are always online. From the moment we woke up until we go to bed, we are scrolling, replying, or watching something. Like we always use WhatsApp, TikTok, or watching Netflix, right? Okay, the second one is our mental health is at stake. How it is stake so because how we use technology can change how we think, feel, and behave. Next, it also affects our relationships. So sometimes we are more connected online. Next, it also affects our relationship. So sometimes we are more connected online but more distant in real life. So that's why there are those kind of friends of us that always so talkative online, but when we meet them face to face, they will be the quietest person on earth. So Amir, what do you think? Do people talk less face to face nowadays because of their phones?
Well, yes, definitely. I think so. People are always on their phones even when they're together. You can see friends sitting at the same table but barely talking. Everyone's just scrolling on their phones.
Exactly. We are connected digitally but not always emotionally present. So we might be in the same room but everyone's heads are down staring at screens. That's why digital well-being matters. It reminds us to be present in both our real and digital lives. Okay, before we dive deeper, let's make sure we understand what mental health actually means. So mental health refers to our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act, and how we handle stress related to people and make choices. When your mental health is strong, you feel more focused, patient, and emotionally stable. But when it's poor, even smallest problem can make you feel overwhelmed. So Wardah, what's one thing you usually do to take care of your mental health?
So for me, one thing I usually do is I will take a break. Maybe from the digital world or even the real world actually. Maybe I'll sleep and disconnect myself with other people around me. Yeah.
That's great. Everyone has their own way. Maybe going for a walk, journaling, listening to music, spending time offline, or simply resting. It is very crucial. Mental health is just as important as physical health. If your body needs sleep and food to stay healthy, your mind needs peace and balance too. And that's where digital well-being comes in. So now let's talk about how technology affects our mental health. So studies show that heavy use of digital devices, especially among young people, is linked to poorer mental health. Notice that I said linked and not cause. It doesn't mean your phone is causing your depression. It just means that you use it, how you use it can make a difference. For example, spending too much time on social media can make people feel lonely or less happy in their relationship. Constant notification and multitasking can lead to stress and shorter attention span because we're so used to ChatGPT and Google, which they always provide us with a quick answer, right? So, Ami, do you ever notice that after scrolling on social media for too long, you feel tired or distracted?
Yeah, actually I do. Sometimes I don't even realize how much time has passed, and afterward, I feel mentally drained or unfocused.
Right. That's exactly what many people experience. We go online to relax, but end up feeling more drained instead. And that happens because we compare our lives to what we see online, like perfect photos, perfect bodies, perfect lives. But we forget is that those are highlights, not reality. So the takeaway here is the problem isn't the phone, it's how we use it and how we interpret things online. Technology itself is neutral. Our habits determine whether it helps or harms us. Now, technology isn't all bad. It actually has many positive effects on mental health when used wisely. For example, online therapy and counseling. So nowadays we have so many apps and websites which make it easier for people to get personal professional help from home. So they don't need to go to the office or to the places physically. So rather than going there by themselves, they could just call or do it online. So next we have mindfulness and relaxation app. So there are so many tools like Calm or Headspace help with meditation, breathing exercise, and better sleep. So not only that, online support communities. So nowadays, in WhatsApp, we have the features for to join channels and groups, right? So people can join groups where they share struggles and support each other. especially if they feel isolated. So many people out there who need support could find it online. So Wardah, have you ever used a study or relaxation app that help you calm down or focus?
For me, I want to share like one technique, or I might say apps that I use. Like, do you familiar with Pomodoro methods?
Yeah.
Like you're studying for 20 minutes and you gotta rest for 5 minutes, right? I think that really helped me focus and stay calm, like not pushing myself too hard. And I think one more thing that helped is when I open the ambient sounds, as for like raining sounds or like white noises. It helped me focus a lot. Yeah. How about you guys?
Well, for me, I don't have any methods. Just that I would brute force my way through the unfocusedness.
I see. That's a great example. Even small things like ambient sound or study style can improve focus and reduce anxiety. So when we use technology mindfully, it becomes a tool for growth and healing, rather than just a source of distraction. So, guys, raise your hand if you ever watch a motivational video or listen to music that instantly improve your mood.
Yes.
I have.
Yes, we have.
See, that's technology helping our mental health. So, but of course, there are other side, which is the negative sides, or we call it negative impacts. So, technology can affect us mentally and emotionally when used too much or without awareness. Let's go through a few examples. Okay, the first one is cognitive overload and poor sleep. So constant notification make it hard for our brain to rest. And if we use our phone before bed, the blue light tricks our brain into thinking it's still a daytime, which is making it harder to fall asleep. That's why young people always came up with that term, overnight. So every time they want to stay up at night and rather than sleep, they will play phone or doing things with online devices. Next, we have cyberbullying and social comparison. So, on digital devices or online, people often only show the best part of their life, right? So this makes others feel pressure to look perfect or feel like they're not doing enough. And not to mention that cyberbullying, sadly, is easier because people can hide behind the screens. So most of us doesn't use our own name on our username, right?
Yeah.
We always came up with the silly one, right?
Yeah.
Like
we call it like stage name.
Yeah. So that's why people are getting bold on being mean and being judgmental online. But most of them who is being mean online usually is the nerd or the quietest person you will meet physically, But, well,
Yeah, actually, like, can I add something?
Yeah.
Like, if you see someone, like, in real life, like, they're a nerd, like you said before, like, you wouldn't expect, like, they are behaving like that online, like, digitally.
yeah, that's true. Because the quietest person always have so much to say, actually. So, next we have emotional tiredness and short attention span. So scrolling endlessly overstimulate our brain. So we used to get, like I said earlier, we used to get fast and short content from ChatGPT, Gemini, or Google. So longer tasks like reading or studying start to feel boring and frustrating. So, have you ever feel like whenever you need to read that those journals to find citation, it will be like, oh my god, this is so boring. So, Amir, do you ever feel like your attention span has gotten shorter because of social media?
Well, yes, honestly, I can't even watch a long video or even read a full article without checking my phone or switching apps.
Exactly. That's something many people experience too. Our brains adapt to constant stimulation. So whenever we things go slow, we lose focus easily. That's why digital breaks are so important. Even short breaks like putting your phone away for 15 minutes or turning off notification during study time can really help your mind recover. Okay, to sum it up, digital well-being means finding balance in how we use technology. It doesn't make it is matters because it affects our mental health and our relationship. So we need to stop thinking that this issue is something that unnecessary because it linked to our mental health. So technology can both help and hurt our well-being depending on how we use it. So before I let Amir continue with his contents, I want to ask if you could give one piece of advice for healthier digital habits, what would it be? Anyone?
Well, for me, I'd say the best advice is to set boundaries with your devices. For example, no phones before bed or during your mealtime. It helps you focus on real life instead of getting lost online.
Right. So, Wardah?
And for me, I think we should do every single thing moderately. Which means there's no less or more. So everything is moderate.
I see. Great advice, everyone. And I think that's what we all can take away today. Technology is part of our lives, but we get to choose whether it controls us or empowers us. So next time you wake up and reach for your phone, just ask yourself, is this helping me to start my day right, or is it just a habit? That's all from me. Now let's continue with Amir's part.
So let's continue with our next topic, which is digital overload and its causes. So before we begin with its causes, let us understand what digital overload actually means. So digital overload is the state of being overwhelmed by the constant influx of digital information, notifications, and online interactions, whether from smartphones, computer, or tablets. It happens when the amount of digital input we receive exceeds our ability to process or manage it effectively. And think about it. How often do you feel the urge to check your phone, even when there are no notifications, or feel mentally tired after scrolling through social media for too long? That's digital overload in actions, right? So, now, let's look at the main causes of digital overload. There are 4 key contributors, which is constant connectivity. So first, constant connectivity, we're always online, checking social media, replying to emails, joining group chats, and even browsing updates. While staying connected can be convenient, it also means our brains never truly switch off. Well, for example, students check messages while studying, especially in our classes, right?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah,
Same. I also did it. Even employees respond to work emails even during dinner, and families scroll through phones during gatherings, especially when my family and I go to dinner outside. I'll usually scroll through my phone.
You should not do that, Ami.
yeah, it's proper.
Well, definitely it's a bad manner, but I'll try to fix it.
But we all do that actually, right?
Yeah, kinda. So this always-on culture prevents our minds from resting, leading to mental fatigue and burnout. So, What starts as a way to stay updated ends up becoming a source of stress. Next is information overload. So we are constantly bombarded with information, news, videos, advertisement, and social media updates, especially with the new recent cases, right? The murdering in the school.
Yeah.
So the second is information overload. So we are constantly bombarded with information like news, videos, advertisement, and social media updates, right? Especially with the recent cases in the school of the victims murdering, right? So according to some studies, an average person today consumes 5 times more information daily than someone did 30 years ago. So this endless flow of content can make it hard for us to focus or decide what's important. Too much information doesn't make us smarter. It actually confuses and exhausts us. Our brains can only handle so much before we start to feel overwhelmed or distracted. So, like the following, I don't know if you ever heard, but someone who wishes to be all-knowing will exist in the world because too much knowledge will harm us. Because the only one who is knowledgeable enough is our God, right?
Yeah.
So this makes much more sense because our brain can't comprehend too much information. So this is why information overload is such a harm for us.
Yep.
So the third cause is multitasking pressure. Many people believe they are more productive when doing several things at once. For example, checking emails while attending online meetings or scrolling social media while studying, especially in class.
Yeah.
But in reality, multitasking reduces productivity and increases stress. When we switch rapidly between tasks, our brains struggle to focus, leading to more making mistakes and slower progress. Research shows that multitasking can lower IQ temporarily and decrease overall concentration levels. So, instead of saving time, multitasking actually drains mental energy. And the last cause is the work from anywhere culture. So, technology has blurred the boundaries between work and personal life. During the pandemic, remote work became normal, and while it offers flexibility, it also means many people never truly disconnect. We check emails after hours, attending virtual meetings at night, attending class, and feel guilty for not being online. This lack of boundaries causes chronic stress and burnout, making it difficult to relax even during our free time. So, in short, our devices have turned every space into a potential workspace, and that's a major contributor to digital overload. So, next please. So, the next is consequences for our well-being. Now that we understand the cause, let's move on to the consequences of digital overload and how it affects our well-being. So, we can divide these consequences into mental health and physical health effects. So, excessive screen time and constant digital stress can seriously harm our mental health. And first, it increases stress, anxiety, and burnout. We feel pressured to always respond, always know what's happening, and never miss out. What we call FOMO, or fear of missing out. So, and the second is digital overload reduce focus and attention span. Because we constantly jump from one app to another, it becomes difficult to concentrate deeply on one task. And lastly, it can create feelings of loneliness or low self-esteem, especially through social media, where people constantly compare their lives to others. And after that is digital overload doesn't just affect our minds, it also harms our physical health. Eye strain and headaches are common from staring at screens too long. You guys definitely would feel your eye strains because staring at your screens making your eyes watery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely hurts sometimes. And even when going through your phones for hours and hours, it would give you such a headache, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely feel that every day.
Oh,
That means you're spending too much time on your phone.
Yes, definitely. But next is our poor posture, which leads to neck and back pain. Sometimes called tech neck, which is when your neck is going forward.
Yeah.
It will look like you're a duck, basically.
Really? Like a duck?
Yes. Because duck's necks are very long like that, right? It will
But
go forward.
I think I have like this problem. This is like a major problem for me, like my posture and back pain.
Yes, definitely. So, that's why I would always go to the gym because it would definitely help with my posture.
Really?
So I would recommend it to everyone who always spends their time doing work on laptops or phones.
No, but we are not gym bros.
yeah.
Not that really go to gyms, but exercise every day.
Yeah,
It will help.
we'll do.
So the next is excessive screen time before bed disrupts sleep patterns because blue light suppresses melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. So over time, these small issues can build up, leading to chronic fatigue and reduce overall health. So the next is our healthy digital habits. So in this digital era, technology is everywhere. We use our phones, tablets, and laptops for studying, communicating, entertainment, and even relaxation. But sometimes we don't realize that too much screen time can affect our mental, physical, and emotional health. That's why it's important to build healthy digital habits, ways to use technology wise and maintain balance between our online and offline lives. There are 3 key habits I'll be focusing on, which is setting screen time boundaries, prioritizing offline activities, and practicing digital detox. So let's start with the first one, which is setting screen time boundaries. This means being aware of how much time we spend on our device and setting limits to prevent overuse. For example, you can schedule no phone times like during meals, before bedtime, or when studying. Most smartphones now have screen time tracking features. You can check how many hours you spend on, like apps on Instagram or TikTok, and you might be surprised. When we constantly check our phones, our attention gets scattered, making it harder to focus on important things like studying or conversations. So let me ask, have you ever checked your daily screen time, and was it higher than you ever expected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like before we enter IPG, right? I don't work, so my daily routine is staying at home, and my screen time could reach like 10 hours straight.
Yep.
Well, not me though. I do work from...
You work?
Yes, I do work before going to IPG.
You as?
I work at a nearby restaurant near my house. So I work from the morning until late evening.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, exactly. Setting limits can help improve focus, reduce stress, and even improve sleep. So it's not about avoiding your phone completely. It's about using it with control. So the second healthy habit is prioritizing offline activities. So this means spending more time doing things that don't involve screens, such as reading, exercising, cooking, playing sports, or simply talking with family and friends face to face. So nowadays, it's common to see people sitting together but not talking, right?
Yeah.
So because everyone's glued to their phones, we're more connected online but sometimes disconnected in real life. So doing offline activities helps us recharge mentally and physically. It improves mood and reduces anxiety and helps us build stronger relationships. And think about it. When was the last time you spent a whole day without touching your phone? Or what activities make you feel refreshed after being online too long?
That was a long time ago. I couldn't remember. I couldn't even remember when was it.
Yeah.
The same for me. Because every day we would use our phones for classes, right?
Yeah.
So the third and final habit is practicing digital detox. So digital detox means taking a break from screens for a short period. It could be a few hours, a day, or even a weekend. It gives our minds to rest, improves sleep quality, and helps us reconnect with the real world. during a digital detox, you can put your phone away, go outdoors, spend time with people, or simply enjoy silence. Now, be honest, do you think you could go one full day without your phone?
No, not me.
No, right? Most of us will find it hard, right? Because
Yeah.
we've become so dependent on technology.
I don't
But-
think I could even last 4 hours.
Definitely, it would be so boring, right?
Yeah.
So, continue.
Huh?
Continue.
But my toxic trait state that I can.
Everybody would say they can.
Then
Yeah.
you should try it. I think maybe you can
Yeah.
do it.
Yes, I would, because I'm someone who usually have things to do physically.
Oh, because
Like-
you are a gym bro, so you can last.
Yes, other than that, I would usually help my family doing chores.
Oh, okay. Good. Good for you.
To continue is so even small steps matter, like turning off notifications, not checking your phone first thing in the morning, or doing a 30-minute no screen challenge each day. You'll be surprised how much calmer and focused you feel afterward.
Okay,
So,
we'll try
to wrap,
later. Not, I don't know
Later.
when. Maybe.
Maybe.
one day,
Yeah, one
One
fine
day.
day.
one fine day. So, to wrap up, developing healthy digital habits is not about avoiding technology, it's about using it wisely and purposely. So, let's recap the three key habits we've discussed, which is setting screen time boundaries, which is knowing when to disconnect and control your usage. The second is prioritizing offline activities, making time for real life experience and human connection. And the third is practicing digital detox, which is taking regular breaks to rest your mind and recharge. So by practicing these habits, we can reduce digital stress, improve our focus, and feel more balanced in our daily lives. So I'd like to leave you with one final question, which is, if you could change just one digital habit starting today, what would it be?
I'll start first, okay? So I think I would disable my iPad if I'm not in class, because I think I use my iPad more often than my phone, and actually I just need it to study, not Netflix.
Yeah. So
So-
for me, I think I will start turning on my DND, which is do not disturb, and try to be nonchalant, I think.
Well, thank you for
How about you?
sharing
How about you,
your-
Amin?
So for me, I would definitely put my phone away during class, like Wanda, because every time during class I would use my phone to watch TikToks or even reply message, because I would be so sleepy and very bored, because our class would usually be very boring, right?
Yeah, and like the duration is very long.
Yeah,
Like
for
2 hours straight,
2
how can
hours,
you
3 hours,
focus?
yeah. Well, the only class that I would not do that is Mr. Safwan's class.
Yeah, because-
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Because it's very fun. So on the other class, I would try my best to put my phone away and do other things to make me stay awake.
Okay.
So that's all from me. We can continue our next point with Wanda.
Okay, hi. Okay, thanks to Ami for taking us through healthy digital habits earlier. Now, let's explore some practical solution that anyone can apply to improve their digital well-being. So, first, being mindful means deliberately choosing how and when to use technology instead of using it automatically. For example, you might decide to check emails only twice a day rather than every few minutes. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this actually help reduce constant distraction and also stress. Okay, next is media literacy is increasingly important. Why? Because it helps us question the reliability of the information that we see on social media and the internet. Many schools now teach students how to recognize fake news or biased content. which can reduce anxiety and misinformation-related panic. Developing these skills empowers us to protect our well-being. Like, do you guys ever feel panic over fake news?
Well, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Like, what are the experience?
I mean, you know that one video where they say Israel soldiers send the corpse to the Palestinians,
Yeah.
and there it has a bomb. I was so sad watching that, and people said that it was fake.
Oh my god, that is so unnecessary, right? Like the panic that occurs because of that video, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive in the next one, which is media literacy is increasingly important. Okay, so next is support from families and communities also plays a critical role. When parents set example boundaries like no phone zones during meals or even a school-run digital wellness program, it encourages everyone to use technology healthily. So, do you guys like have experience when your parents doesn't allow you to use phone on certain times?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Or Amir first.
Okay. Well, for me, my parents would usually be mad at me when I'm using my phone at the dinner table, because it's such a rude manner for people to use phones during dinner time, and especially during family gatherings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. For Ima?
Same as Amir. That's why it's kind of weird for me for every time we eat and my friends watching Netflix and all, because it's not a norm for me.
Yeah, okay. So before I continue, Wasima, you mentioned managing distraction earlier, right? Like in the beginning of the video. Can you
Yeah.
share one tip that help you practice digital mindfulness?
Okay, personally, I always set intentional screen-free moments each day. So I try to put my phone away for the first 30 minutes after waking up or before sleeping. It actually helping me starting and ending my day calmly without rushing to check notification.
Oh, that's actually a good habit. And Ami, how can schools effectively integrate digital literacy and wellness program into their curriculum?
Well, in my opinion, the schools can embed digital literacy across subjects. So instead of teaching the digital skills in isolation, schools can weave them into all subjects. Well, for example, in English, students can learn how to evaluate online source for credibility. Like you said before, like fake news, right?
Yeah.
So English teachers can teach them how to find a credible source. And in science, they can use digital tools responsibly to conduct research. And even in civic or moral education, they can explore topics like online ethics, cyberbullying, and digital citizenship.
Okay. Okay. Like anything you wanna add on? If not, so they will continue. Okay. Next. Next.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so moving on, I'm gonna share with you guys the case study and important statistic of this digital well-being. So the case study that we find is the recent research by CyberSmile Foundation and Stanford University highlights the serious impact of social media and digital technology on the mental health and well-being of young people aged from 16 to 24. So the studies use surveys and interviews across the UK and globally to explore how digital life affects stress, anxiety, body image, and sleep patterns. Okay, so the key findings that we have in this study is we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as you can see there. So the first one is 87% of young people reported social media negatively affecting their mental health. The second one is 82% experience negative effects on their body image, leading some to consider surgery to alter their appearance. As like Ami said earlier, right? He has mentioned that one. And 58% have been cyberbullied or experienced online abuse. This is actually a major problem in these days across these students or even adults. So 83% feel pressured by social media to present a perfect life. I think like we all can relate to this, right? Okay, so and 48% reported that time spent online negatively impacts their sleep quality. And last but not least is 36% said that their study habits are disrupted by digital distraction. So, okay, I also want to add one thing. I want to share a recent 2025 case study illustrating the impact of digital habits on mental health. So this research actually found that almost 80% of people check their phones within 15 minutes of the waking. This issue has been Wasima has been talked about this issue, right? So actually there is a case study about this. This common behavior increases anxiety and disrupts sleep patterns. Okay, so sleep disruption is particularly serious because poor sleep negatively affects concentration, mood, and physical health. So Wasima, you highlighted the importance of good sleep hygiene and habits, right?
Yeah.
Could you please share some practical strategies for reducing device use before sleeping?
As we know, there are so many alternatives, right? But I will just say two of them, which is first, we need to keep devices away from bed. Yeah. So you can place your phone on the desk or across the room instead of next to your pillow, because this will reduce the temptation to scroll late at night.
Okay.
So next you can turn on the do not disturb and night mode, because it keeps your environment calmer, because you didn't hear the notifications coming in, and using the night mode actually help from the blue light signals, and it helps in signaling your brain that it's time to rest.
Okay. Also, like audience members like who are listening to this, how many of you think you could try these strategies that Wasima mentioned? So think about moving your phone away from the bedside or using a blue light filter in the evenings. So as you can see, like the third point of the key findings, the study further revealed that about 58% of youth have experienced cyberbullying or online abuse, which greatly deteriorates mental health. The statistic actually highlight why digital well-being must be a priority. So whatever cases in, we have to prioritize our mental health. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is like the last part. Okay, to summarize, digital well-being requires balance, awareness, and practical habits. As Ami walk us through the causes and consequences, and I have now shared solution and key facts, I would like to ask Ami, with digital technology being so prevalent, what immediate advice would you give to someone that just start to improve their digital well-being?
Well, that's a great and very relevant question, especially in today's world where almost everything we do is connected to a screen. So, if someone is just starting to improve their digital well-being, my first advice would be start small, stay mindful, and set health boundaries. So, Here's how we can do it, which is by being aware of your screen habits. Begin by tracking how much time you spend on your phone or computer each day. Most devices have built-in screen time reports. Awareness is the first step. Once you know your habits, you can make conscious choice to change them. And the other thing is be intentional with online use. Before opening an app or website, ask yourself, why am I using this? If the answer is boredom or habit, redirect your energy to something else, like reading, exercising, or talking to someone face to face.
Okay, that's great and very like what we say that very compact, short but simple. Okay, so thank you, Ami. And Wasima, what is a key takeaway you want parents and educators to remember as they support young people navigating digital challenges?
Okay, like I said earlier, the goal isn't to completely remove technology from young people's life, right? So, it is actually to guide them in using it mindfully and responsibly. So, they need to encourage open conversations about online experiences, set healthy boundaries, and model balanced technical habit. When adults show balance, young people learn that technology can be a tool for growth and not a source of stress. So we know that adults and educators are the main role that the young peoples are looking up to.
Okay, thank you guys for your thoughts. So, in closing, I want to encourage everyone here to reflect on your own digital use, including me, Wasima, and Ami. Think about like small changes like screen breaks, tech-free times, and talking openly about digital stress with your family and friends. So, together, by promoting balanced technology use and mental wellness, we can create healthier communities where people thrive both online and offline. So, thank you for listening, and that's all from us. Bye.